going on, man? You're looking a little down in the dumps.
Well, man, my girlfriend, she's been holding out on me for like a month and a half, man.
A month is a long time, dude.
Yeah, it is.
What's new? Did she start birth control recently or something?
She actually did, man, about 2 months ago. I don't know what that would have to do with it, though.
Well, you'd be surprised. There's actually a lot of hormonal and physiological effects that come along with that. So let's get into it.
Once the pituitary releases LH and FSH, the ovaries respond by producing estrogen and progesterone. Those hormones don't just stay in the reproductive system, they actually travel back up to the brain, crossing the blood-brain barrier. Once there, they bind to estrogen and progesterone receptors in areas like the hypothalamus, amygdala, and other parts of the limbic system, which is the brain's emotional center. Those hormones modulate neurotransmitters like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. In other words, they adjust the brain's chemical balance that influences sexual motivation, bonding, and attraction. So while the pituitary doesn't make you fall for someone, it initiates the hormonal chain reaction that creates your brain chemistry, kind of like turning the volume knob on your brain's reward and bonding circuits. During the follicular phase leading up to ovulation, estrogen levels begin to surge, especially a form called E2. As estrogen rises, it boosts dopamine release and sensitivity in the brain's reward system. That means social and romantic cues start to feel more rewarding. The brain is literally more tuned in to attraction. It also enhances oxytocin activity in the hypothalamus, the brain's bonding center. This increase strengthens emotional connection, attention, and attraction towards potential mates. At the same time, the amygdala, which helps process emotion and recognize faces, becomes more responsive to masculine features, deeper voices, and even pheromones that suggest strong genetic fitness.
After ovulation, the body enters the luteal phase, and that's when progesterone levels begin to rise. Progesterone's main role is to prepare the body for a possible pregnancy, but it also changes the brain's chemistry in a noticeable way. That shift moves focus from mating to nurturing and safety behaviors, promoting emotional bonding, comfort, and a desire for security. It dampens dopamine and oxytocin signaling, lowering sexual motivation and the drive for novelty. The brain starts to calm down and shift gears. Even the amygdala reacts differently now. Its response to dominant or high testosterone features decreases, while interest in partners who seem trustworthy and stable begin to rise. Even in other words, the brain's transition from seeking genetic quality to seeking emotional security, a subtle but powerful shift in reproductive strategy, all guided by hormones. So while estrogen heightens attraction, progesterone helps refocus that energy towards stability, bonding, and long-term connection. When a woman starts hormonal birth control, it works by tricking the brain into thinking the body is already pregnant. The synthetic estrogen and progesterone suppresses the GRNH in the hypothalamus, which means the pituitary stops releasing LH and FSH, and ovulation doesn't occur. With these hormones kept steady, the brain never enters the fertile phase, so those natural peaks that boost attraction and reward response don't happen. Birth control keeps hormones level flat and stable, holding the body in a constant luteal-like state, non-fertile and progesterone dominant. The steadiness reduces dopamine and oxytocin sensitivity, so the brain reward and attraction circuits become less reactive to mating cues. As a result, attraction may shift toward emotional closeness and stability rather than short-term or high-intensity attraction cues.
Thanks, man. Now that I have all this information, I'm gonna get on birth control now.
Glad I could